मोक्षमार्गस्य नेतारं भेत्तारं कर्मभूभृतां ज्ञातारं विश्वतत्त्वानां वन्दे तद्गुणलब्धये. I go to the Lord, the promulgator of the path to liberation, the destroyer of mountains of karmas, and the knower of the whole of reality, so that I may realize these qualities. Jainism aims at moksha as the supreme end to be realized. It is self-realization. The attainment of self-realization is described as the everlasting bliss from which there can be no further relapse. By getting rid of one's karma, one may end the birth cycle, that is, freeing soul from the cycle of birth. Perfect release from all karmas is liberation. The path to liberation is the method by which it can be attained. The task of attaining the perfect and pure condition of the soul is liberation, which demands ceaseless endeavor, firm faith, and true knowledge. Jain ethics is observed by practicing right faith, right knowledge, and right conduct. The principles of Samyak Darshan, Samyak Jnana, Samyak Charitra, that is, right faith, right knowledge, and right conduct. The threefold code called Ratnatraya is believed to be the pathway to attain the eternal bliss. These are the three jewels known as the triple gems, which jointly characterized a liberated soul. Samyak Darshana, the right faith. The first among the three jewels, Ratnatraya, is Samyak Darshana, that is, right faith. Without right faith, there is no right knowledge or Samyak Jnana. Without right knowledge, there is no virtuous conduct or right conduct. Without virtues, there is no deliverance or there is no perfection. True faith arises on the basis of true knowledge. As faith and knowledge arise in the soul simultaneously, right sensory knowledge and right scriptural knowledge are attained by the soul at the same time by the removal of wrong sensory and wrong spiritual knowledge. Right faith is worthy of initial adoration. That's why the sutra goes Samyak Darshana Jnana Charitrani Moksha Margaha. On the basis of right faith, that knowledge acquires the attribute of right. Belief in Tattvartha is right faith, that is, understanding things by their own nature, which in turn is attained by the acquisition of true knowledge of substances or objects. Ascertaining substances as they really are is Tattvartha. It has been stated by Acharya Umaswamy in Tattvartha Sutra that the right belief in Tattvartha is Samyak Darshana or right faith, which means belief in substances ascertained as they are is right faith or perfect faith. Tattvartha Shraddhanam Samyak Darshanam. Samyak Jnana. The second in the Ratnatraya is Samyak Jnana, that is, right knowledge. This is the second important requirement for developing a sound moral conduct. A clear understanding of the doctrines of Jaina philosophy and religion is Samyak Jnana. In this state of right knowledge, there will be a clear and real nature of every object, because right knowledge doesn't have any doubt regarding anything. The right knowledge is of five kinds. Mati Shrutavadhi Manaparyeya Kevalani Jnanam. The five kinds of right knowledge are sensory knowledge, scriptural knowledge, the visual knowledge or clairvoyance, telepathy, and omniscience. Matijnana or sensory knowledge of the objects is acquired through the senses and the mind. This kind of knowledge is one of the two kinds of indirect knowledge because it is acquired by the help of senses, including the mind. This acquiring of the knowledge is in four stages: by apprehension, speculation, perceptual judgment, and retention. The sutra is Avagraheha Vayadharanaha. By looking at any object, the mind and the sense organs apprehend or sense the objects immediately. This awareness is avagraha or apprehension. The desire to know the particulars about the object after apprehension is speculation or iha. Knowing the object after speculation is perceptual judgment, which is avaya. After the judgment, by not forgetting the perception of the object in mind, is retention, that is dharana. So, the matijnana or sensory knowledge of the objects is acquired through the senses and the mind. The second among the five kinds of right knowledge is shrutajnana or scriptural knowledge. Owing to the destruction of karmas, which cover the acquiring ability of the knowledge, that is, Jnanavaraniya karma, the scriptural knowledge is acquired mainly by hearing and through the mind. The third of the five kinds of right knowledge is visual knowledge, avadhijnana. It ascertains matter within limits. The power of knowledge is possessed by celestial and infernal beings, devas and narakis. This kind of knowledge is gained without the help of sense organs. This Savadhi is limited. It is bounded in respect of subject matter, space, time, and conditions, dravya, kshetra, kala, and bhava. It is one kind of direct knowledge gained without the help of sense organs. The fourth of the five kinds of right knowledge is Manaparyaya telepathy. The object located in the thought of another is understood due to the association with the mind. Ascertaining is telepathy. This kind of mental knowledge knows whatever has about various matters been thought of in the past and will be thought in future, or is half thought by other rational souls within the human region. This mental knowledge appears in the saints with one or more supernatural powers, that is, Riddhi. There are two kinds of telepathy or Manapariyajnana, Rijumati and Vipulamati. Riju means produce and straight. It is produced by the knowledge of objects of speech, body, and mind, located as the minds of others. He who has straight telepathy is called Rijumati. In the term Vipulamati, Vipula means not produced. This kind of telepathy is not produced by the knowledge of speech, body, and in the minds of others. So he who has a complex telepathy is called Vipulamati. In brief, telepathy or Manapariyaya Jnana is a kind of knowledge which knows the objects which are thought by the minds of others. The fifth kind of right knowledge is Kevala Jnana, that is omniscience. It is a direct kind of knowledge which is attained on the destruction of deluding karma, the destruction of knowledge and perception, obscuring karmas. In fact, this Kevala Jnana or the omniscience is got by destroying all the four Ghati karmas Mohaniya, Jnanavaraniya, Darshanavaranaya, and Antaraya karma. The Kevala Jnana is the pure, all powerful knowledge independent of senses. Darshanavaraniya is conation obscuring, and Antaraya karma is obstructive karma. By destructing these four Ghati karmas, omniscience is attained. So, perfection of the process of the removal of karma ends in the attainment of absolute omniscience, Kevala Jnana. Hence, Samyak Jnana, the right knowledge, is the real nature of soul, which is free from doubt, perversity, and indefiniteness, samshaya, vimoha, vibhrama. In this state of perfect knowledge, we have a clear idea of the nature of everything in detail. Samyak Charitra. The third jewel of the Ratnatraya is Samyak Charitra, right conduct. The goal of achieving liberation cannot be attained without following the right conduct. Right faith of right knowledge leads to right conduct. If Samyak Darshana and Samyak Jnana provide a theoretical basis to the Jaina ethics, Samyak Charitra, which is the third important requirement in the path to liberation, is the actual practice of Jaina ethics. The practices of good conduct described under Samyak Charitra or right conduct are brought under three heads: Anuvrata, Gunavrata, and Shikshavrata, to be observed by householders and ascetics. Vratas, Samitis, and Guptis constitute Samyak Charitra. Vratas are vows, Samitis are carefulness, and Guptis are restraints. The five kinds of vows are truth, non theft, chastity, and freeing from the worldly attachments. Himsanrutasteya Brahma Parigrahebhyo Virativratam. When these vows are observed, particularly by the householders, Shravakas, it is called Anuvrata. When followed by the saints in full, it is called Mahavrata. There are also Gunavratas, multiplication of vows, and Shikshavratas. These are supplementary vows. For the stoppage of karmas, the right conduct involves samitis, that is, carefulness. Five kinds of carefulness are to be observed. Iriya samiti, that is, carefulness in walking. Bhasha samiti, carefulness in speaking. Yeshana samiti, carefulness in eating. Adana nikshepana samiti, carefulness in lifting and laying. Utsarga samiti, carefulness in excreting, that is, proper care in excreting. Gupti, observing Gupti is a part of right conduct. Gupti is control or restraint. Curbing activity well is control. Samyag Yoga Nigraho Guptihi. Proper control over mind, speech, and body is required for the stoppage of karmic matters getting into the soul. The notion of right conduct relates to ethics and practice. It encompasses a large number of categories that define proper behavior for Jain mendicants and lay people. Right conduct, that is Samyak Charitra, means living your life according to Jaina ethical rules to avoid doing harm to living beings and freeing yourself from attainment and other impulse or impure attitudes and thoughts. Studying scriptures alone is of no use to a person who does not apply them, who does not practice them. It is to be understood that right knowledge must be accompanied by right conduct. Right conduct is very necessary for the destruction of karmic bonds. Without right conduct, there is no release from the cycle of transmigration, that is, repeated births and deaths. Jainism believes that a person who has right faith and right knowledge will be motivated and will be able to achieve right conduct. To simplify this, right conduct could mean an attitude of equality and adherence to the principles of non-violence in thought, word, and action. If a man develops a feeling of oneness with all living beings, non-violence in his conduct, this is his achievement of right conduct. Ratnatraya, the three jewels, right faith, right knowledge, and right conduct together constitute the direct path to liberation. These jewels are considered as the three guiding principles of Jainism. Samyak Darshana Jnana Charitrani Moksha Margaha.